down. My brothers didn't laughing, but I just keep on laughing. They're knocking on my door, but I'm knocking them down. They say I'm acting crazy, but I just wanna lie in the sun.
Hello, awesome evening here in a lovely country called Malaysia, and good afternoon or good morning wherever you are in the world. It's great to be back again on LinkedIn Live. I think I've been missing for 1 month on LinkedIn Live. How are you guys doing? Right, let's see who's in the room. We have, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Michelle is my Oreo supplier. And we have, Mr. Sate Siengor. Connect with him if you want to know more Sate stories. And yes, Michelle is my student. And we have Melanie. Right. Melanie has been the voice of calmness in this tough times right now. All right. So check her out if you want to stay sane and not lose your hair. Hey, Raja, nice to see you here. And of course, when we talk about hair, we cannot forget about Dr. Ali, right? Dr. Ali is a hair transplant doctor. Connect with him for anything to do with hair. You know, any advice you want to know about hair. Not sure about armpit hair, but of course, this hair, you can ask him. Right. Yep, you are definitely in the right place. I appear again after a month. Renee is here. Hello, Renee, and Vivian. Coach Vivian, hi, Coach. And of course, my longtime buddy. I actually lost count how many years we have known each other. 20 years, maybe. All right. And we have Dr. Choi. Oh, we have a couple of doctors here with us. So yes, right. So today is a very special LinkedIn Live that I have, because it's a welcome back session. You know, I'm sure some of you have missed his presence. Okay, although I've been away for a month, not doing LinkedIn Live with you guys, but his absence is much shorter. He was just absent for a week, and there was a whole series of drama revolving around where is Teacher Ken. Hiya. So without further ado, let's welcome him. Give him a big bang of a welcome back. Let's type Teacher Ken. Let's type welcome back Teacher Ken. Welcome back Teacher Ken. Flood the chat box. Hit that love button. Hit that support button. Hit whatever button you want. The clap button to welcome him back. Right. So because it's a virtual ceremony, I can't put a red carpet. That's why I'm wearing red. To welcome Teacher Ken. All right. So type in the comment, welcome back Teacher Ken. Welcome back Teacher Ken. And, show me your love. Hit that love button. And I'm going to bring in the man of the day, Teacher Ken.
Hey, everyone. Good evening. Keanu, how are you, my dear friend? How have you been?
I'm good. I've been taking a long break. How are you?
I'm very good as well. Yeah, I managed to go and take a week's break from social media. It's very rejuvenating. And how has everyone been in my absence? Hey, everyone. Wow, okay. A lot of people saying hi.
Back in those days when we were schooling, whenever we hear news about the teacher is absent today, we were so happy. The teacher is absent, so we can do whatever we want. But now it seems like it's different. We say Teacher Ken is missing. Everybody's worried. Where is he? What happened to him? So now you see, look at the comment, selamat pulang, cikgu, right, welcome back. Yes, of course, this is my red carpet session to welcome back Teacher Ken. Yes.
Hey, so, Dr. Choi, Vivian, thank you. Ruby, thank you. Raja, Datin Heater.
Yes.
Melanie.
What do you want to say to them? You just look at all your supporters.
Wow. Okay. Well, they are both our supporters, right? So I hope that all of you have been very well in my presence. Hope that all of you are keeping safe and healthy. And most importantly, I hope that you all have been taking care of how you feel. Now, Samantha is asking you, what's the secret to your flawless skin?
I think she's asking you.
Hey, no lah. I haven't even come onto the show when she was asking. Hey.
What's this secret to flawless skin? All right. Samantha, if you notice the intro video, it was sponsored by the product that I'm using. If
Very
you missed it,
cute.
just watch the replay. The intro video was the one that I've been using. All right. Okay. So what have you been up to, lah? Teacher Ken,
So for the past
share with us what have you been up to?
week, I was forced to go and take a break. Right. Some of you may know what happened. I'm not going to elaborate on that here, but I was forced to take a break from most of my social media, and I really, really took that time. It was a bit of a tragedy. Yeah. I thought that I lost something which was very valuable to me, and at first it was a huge blow, but then later on, very quickly, I realized that hey, I can't depend on this thing forever. I need to go and look at everything. I need to take a bird's eye view of my entire business to go and see what I can do to go and make up for it. And I remember, Keanu, I remember right before this happened, I was actually sitting down with you for a clarity session on my entire business model. Do you remember
Oh,
that?
yes.
Where you go and drew
Yes.
that nice diagram for me?
Yes.
So I'm so thankful to you, All these things happened at the correct time for me. After you said that, then I lost the very important thing to me. I was forced to go on a break. So I remember taking out the screenshot which you taught me and really planning out all the components of how am I going to do my business moving forward. All right, so now if this sounds a bit cryptic to any member in the audience, right? Yeah, don't worry. Okay, I will go just PM me and I will go and tell you what happened. But essentially, thank you very much, Keanu, for supporting me during that time. And I eventually came to a realization that, hey, I know that this thing is going to come back to me, but it's only going to come back to me when it doesn't matter to me anymore. This is happening for me. This is happening for me to re-strategize my entire business, right? To go and look at all the different components in my life. And after I've learned the lesson, I'm very confident that it will come back to me. So that's how I comforted myself, and I started to go and believe that. So in the meantime, I just took a break, supported people in different ways, and just focus on doing light work, not heavy work. And because of that, I felt much more rejuvenated, less pressure, more clarity. Less pressure, more clarity. Yep.
Right. What I hear is along the line of you finding a way to let go of attachment.
Correct. Yes, that's one way of saying it, but a very accurate way. Yes, letting go of the attachment.
Okay. So then how do you feel, throughout the week? I mean, of course, I presume it's the roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
But how do you feel after all this realization and after all this, regaining the power to realize that you can actually let go of attachment and external forces doesn't have to own you? So how do you feel, after all these things?
So I felt, okay, so now, Keanu, this is a really good question. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Let me go and put my thoughts into words. Yeah. All right. Now, I felt a very strong sense of empowerment, not because I got the lost thing back, not. Okay, because I started to realize that I have a very strong sense of self-worth. If I could go and build something up, just because I lose it, doesn't mean I lose my skills, doesn't mean I lose my connections like you and all the good friends, right, in the chat today. It doesn't mean I lose all my platforms, right? All my avenues of doing business. I still have all of those. And at the end of the day, I realized that, if you have a strong sense of self-worth and self-confidence, you are not really scared if you lose anything because you know that you can start again and you'll be excited to start again.
Now, how do you define self-worth in a layman's term?
Self-worth is the assurance that I have the skills which no one can take away from me. I have the love which no one can take away from me. I have the connections which no one can take away from me. And all this was built over a period of time. So people trust me. People generally have good feelings towards me. And no matter what, I definitely can stand up and rely on my friends and my network to get me started again. Yep.
Wow, those are strong words.
Yeah.
Right. And I see your mentee is here. Bentley is here. Hey, Bentley.
Hi, Bentley.
Rizal is saying like Chinese New Year, all red, really. Yeah,
Rizal.
today I was just browsing through a random YouTube video of lion dance, and I suddenly feel like I haven't heard that noise, that sound of lion dance for like almost 2 years. It sounds so nostalgic, even though it's just 2 years.
You're right.
And
Yeah.
yes, there's a broccoli behind. Yes, that's my prop. That's the backstory of that actually, because when I first set up this whole thing for my live streaming, I didn't have a green wall, or a black curtain like a lot of nice influencers they have. All I have is this white wall. So I was asking around some of my influencers friends, what do I put in my background? Because I don't want to book a bookshelf and all. I just want it to be like really, like Marie Kondo style, minimalist. Then I say, okay, then you go with all white, maybe just some fairy lights, I said, I have fairy lights, so that's what I have. And then they say, if you can put a like a tall plant at the far corner, it shows depth, and it shows some sign of life. Say, I don't know, I don't have plants. All I have is this broccoli, which which I put there, just to test it out. And then it becomes my brand. So I said, just let it be.
Excellent. Yeah. Have a bit of sanghei, Okay. Living energy, we call it.
Yes, Michelle said, I learned this a few months back. What is it? What is it that you learned a few months back, Michelle? Yep. You wear blue. Even your profile photo is blue. Can you see that?
Oh, big supporter of you, Keanu. Blue Genie.
Yeah. Yes. Timothy. Oh, Timothy is wearing red. You look at him. He has the MU jersey on his Facebook,
Team
Twitter
MU.
profile. I'm a huge fan of Manchester United. And actually, we are having the first game of the season right now. I couldn't watch until the end because I have this linking session with you. It's so tai pai are you, right? But
Were they
we are
winning?
leading.
They were leading.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Timothy.
Hey,
Now,
I
you
studied at-
guys, if you want to order chicken chop or lamb chop, like really, 5-star, dining style, get it from him. All right, get it from him. All right. So if you want to have his contact, DM me or Teacher Ken. We have close connection with him. Chicken chop, lamb chop,
Lamb chops,
directly
catering.
delivered to your house. All right.
So good.
Yes,
So
Teacher Ken.
good.
Let's go on. So you were doing some stuff, obviously, when you were away. So how did you manage to get back on productivity when this routine was abruptly interrupted?
Oh my goodness, guys. Well, Keanu, definitely over here, all the credit goes to the many mentors I've made over the many mentors I had the very good fortune of making in this 1 year. Right, people like yourself, Dr. Ali, Captain James, all and so many people in the community. I probably need to go and spend half a day to write out all the people who helped me through this very difficult time. People like Michelle, Rizal, Bentley, Seingor, Samantha, so many people, right? They all gave whatever they could. In fact, I sat down with Bentley for strategy session, and in addition to sound technical advice, they also gave me a lot of moral support. And from there, I really started to go and regain my confidence and to go and adjust my emotions so that I could stand up from this devastating news and to go and start again. And true enough, after I got over it, then the thing was restored to me.
Okay.
Yeah. But I wouldn't have got there if not for all of you. So really, my heart goes out to all of you. Thank you so much for your moral support and for your technical advice support as well. Yep.
Right. So it's very important to surround ourselves with a network of support system, people who we can lean on and rely on, because nobody know who is going to step at any point in time. Is that
That's
true?
right. Yep. So
Okay.
people like
So-
Melanie, Vivian, Ruby.
I have also been taking a break from social media. I'm still seeing some of the posts that you guys are posting. It's just that I haven't been posting consistently. I haven't been like really reaching out on my account consistently, and I haven't been doing this live for a month. So what I learned about taking a break is that it is much needed, and I think what works for me is to plan a schedule break. It's like I allow myself a 1 month break throughout the whole year. So every quarter or every now and then, I'm gonna take like a few days break or a 1 week break. And I think that is very important. At least for me, I can't speak for everyone. Because for me, taking a break is very much needed so I can go further. Okay, some people told me, um, I can't afford to take a break, because there's so many things to handle. But ironically, that is the reason why you should take a break, because if you can't afford to take a break, then you can't afford to break down. All right, and if you don't take a break, you will break down. Okay, and that leads me to the next question. So, teacher Ken, why do you think people feel so anxious and stressed when they are taking a break?
Oh, okay. Over here, there is a direct answer. Yeah, okay. And because I deal with a lot of parents and children, I can tell you why. Actually, I recently read a research paper on this, and maybe I'll tell you a little story after this as well. It is because people are unable to focus on having fun. When it's very simple, yeah, we have this very bad habit of mind wandering. So if you come to my classes, I would have spoken a lot about mind wandering and how it is the main cause of our sadness for most people. Yeah, okay. Now I'm not to go and say that everything comes from your thoughts. Sometimes hormones and chemicals in your bodies also affect your emotions to a huge degree. But besides hormones and chemicals, all right, the main source of our emotions, anxiety and stress, sadness, all these come from your thoughts. You feel directly what you think, generally speaking. All right. And that's why we have this very wise saying of you become what you think about. Right? You become what you think about. So if you're thinking about things which you're not supposed to be thinking of while you're taking a break, then you'll be anxious and stressed. It's very simple. All right. So now my advice to this type of people who are anxious and stressed would be to go and do something which totally consumes you. A lot of psychologists and a lot of therapists say that do activities which put you in the flow. Have you heard of that before, Keanu? Do
Yeah.
activities which put you in the flow. So now
Yes.
for me, that would be something like lifting weights. Yeah. Okay. Back then in the gym, when I was lifting, there was no way I could go and think about anything else except lifting this one more rep one. I can't think about
Oh.
anything else. And if you're thinking about something else, that means you need to go and add another 5 kgs, my friend. All right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you go and add another 5 kgs, and definitely you're taking a break already because you cannot think about your bills, you cannot think about your social media, you cannot think about your competitors, you cannot think about your invoices. Yep. So do something which totally consumes you. Another very good example would be archery. Playing golf at the driving range. You have to focus on each swing. You can't really lax off and go and let your mind wander to somewhere else, right? Yeah, so do something which consumes you entirely. So Keanu, why don't you go and share a bit with us? Do you feel anxious and stressed when you're forced to take a break?
Not at all. Actually, I take break more than I should. Yeah. In fact, I take break almost every day. In the middle of my work, so I would be like working like 2 to 3 hours, and I say, I need a break. So a normal people will just take like probably 15 minutes break in between their work. But being an abnormal person I am, I sometimes I took like 3 hours break, and then I come back and say, shoot, I have some things to catch up with. But that's just how I flow, like you say, right? You follow your flow. In fact, I remember I told you many times when we were discussing about productivity and all. I mentioned this many times. Pace yourself, all right? So, but everybody has different pace, so you got to find your rhythm. Once you found your rhythm, everything else is just noise. Somebody would tell you that, hey, you should be working like this, and taking a break after the end. They can have their opinion, but you know best how you work. And opinion is the cheapest form of commodity. Everybody seems to have some, and generously giving away to anyone who's willing to listen. But we don't have to take in everything that is being offered. Okay, you thank them for their input, but you know best. Of course, you learn from others. You can take in opinions and feedback from others, and then you do your own review, right? And then you look at how you jive, how you flow, and you find your own rhythm. That's what I would do. So yes, to answer your question, I don't feel bad at all for taking a break. In fact, I feel bad for taking too much break. I think I have to get back to work.
Hey,
Yes.
you have touched upon something very important there. Please share with the audience. I saw one thing very, very important which I learned from you is the golden hours timetable. right?
Oh,
Well,
yes,
can you
yes.
share a bit of that to the audience? Yeah.
Right, but I don't have the slides with me now. Okay, basically, it's really about claiming our hours. I mean, claiming our day 1 hour at a time. Okay, so especially for those who say I don't have the time to do something, then look at how you spend your hours every day. So in between what you do every day, I'm sure you can claim like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 15 minutes later part. So if you combine that, that's equivalent to like 4 parts of 15 minutes. That's 1 hour already. So with that in mind, we want to look at the time frame, the time slots, the hourly time slots of our day, like building bricks. Okay, so if we are like building something using our time, then we can actually use one block of it for rest, for play, for connecting with our friends, for coffee. Yeah, for me, I've been taking a 1 week break from doing much. So of course, some of my friends started texting me, "Hey, you okay? Ah? You have been quiet." I say, "Oops, so sorry. I created that." But yes, I've been taking a break. Then they say, "Oh yes, you should." They start telling me that you should. I've been seeing you all over the place, LinkedIn Live lah, workshop lah, training lah, coaching. So you're taking your 2 days break? I said, no, I've been taking a 1 week break, binge watching on my favorite drama and playing computer games. So yeah, I'll start work when the season starts. I mean, when the Premier League season starts. So it starts this week. So I have to do this LinkedIn Live. And what's a better way to come back, than to have you in the session as a welcome back session,
Wow,
right?
but Keanu, yeah, July was a good year. July was a good month for the both of us. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah. So
Yo,
kudos to that. Keep it up, man. Yeah.
Yes, we have some really interesting comments over here as you were sharing just now. Michelle was saying, yes, self confidence and self worth. And I think that is even more prominent right now, especially for solopreneurs. You got to know where you stand and what value do you offer. Regarding you shouting out, saying that you receive a lot of support, and Melanie is saying that in fact, you have been giving support all this while, and that's why it's give us gain. Yes. So Daniel, hey Daniel, oh, I have celebrity, LinkedIn live podcaster on my show, and he said yes, our thoughts manifest, right? Because we are talking about mind wandering.
I'm wondering.
Yes, yes, and that didn't happen only in class, all right? Even after school, we still do that.
Yeah.
So LinkedIn users say don't attach your self-worth to anything or anyone else. That's really wise advice. So sad I can't see your name. Yes. So and Michelle said occupy my time with work and push myself to my limits. So yes, go and do 20 more push-ups. Yes. Oh, another 5 kg for
Another
you,
five
Michelle. Okay,
kgs.
great. Amanda is in the room. Hey, now, you guys, if you want to see something that you don't see, if you want to borrow her eyes to see things that you can't see, oh, sounds like really mystical. I'm talking about metaphysics, all right? The energy and how your whole life and destiny is revolve around metaphysics and physics as well. Check her out, all right? Amanda has been a good friend of both of us, and we have prospered from her advice and guidance a lot. Yes, team say go kick a ball. Waiting for the community to open again, right? So Jessica is here. Hey, Jessica. Jessica was one of the earliest guests I had on my Cheanu show during the first lockdown last year. So we were like all stuck at home, and I said, hey, let's do something and promote each other, and give a voice to what others are doing to our audience. So she was one of my very early chit chat with Keanu. That time I haven't been on LinkedIn Live, so it was chit chat with Keanu. It's a pre-recorded show. You can still check her out on my YouTube channel. All right, you scroll to the earliest video, you will see uh, Jessica and Amanda. They appear on my very first 2 episodes. LinkedIn user say hello, hi LinkedIn user. So I don't know his name. Yes, Amanda say yes. Agree. We all have our own style. So find your rhythm. Yeah, that's awesome. Moana is here. I am able to pick something here. Oh, I'm sure you're gonna pick a lot of stuff here, Moana. All right, do connect with Teacher Ken. I see that you are coming from Facebook. All right, so check him out. And we have Darren in the house. We have another LinkedIn user and another LinkedIn user. Yes, Wen J. Long time no see. It's been a month. Yes. Anyone watching the MU match here can just update the score in the comments. So at least I feel a little bit entertained by the score. So let's move on to, you know, let's talk about some of the things that you do, Teacher Ken. All right.
Mm,
And I'm sure in your line of work, you will notice you come across many people who have difficulties relaxing, be it adults
absolutely.
or kids.
Mm.
Okay. So, what are some of the advice and tips that you can share with them? Adults or kids.
Whoa, guys, I really have a lot to say on this issue. Maybe you want to take out pen and paper, man. Right, so now,
Yeah.
Keanu, nowadays we have to be compassionate to ourselves and we have to understand that our physiology is like a research paper, I think 3 years ago, saying that modern humans are at their highest stress levels ever, even compared to times of war. So now, after the pandemic, I can't even imagine what type of global emotional state we are in now. It is an unprecedented time for our generation, and
Mm,
we are really, really stressed, and a lot of people are facing anxiety and depression, and we have to understand why. The reason we are like this, I can definitely speak on the point of children, yeah, because I've read studies
mm,
and I've discussed with professionals in this area, is that the way our children and us receive information is very, very different from our parents and our grandparents' era. I'll give you a very simple example.
mm-hmm.
Right. Now, previously, when we wanted to watch a movie, Keanu,
Yeah.
right, what do we have to do when we were kids if we want to watch a movie?
You mean watching a movie at the cinema?
That's right.
We we open up the newspaper and check out when when is the listing,
Correct.
and we go and buy the ticket.
Then we have to go and buy the ticket. We have to go and plan how to get there, what time to get there, what time to come back, right? A lot of planning involved before we actually get the result we want.
Yes.
Correct? Nowadays, how do children watch movies? What happens if they want to watch a movie?
They just tap a button.
They just tap a button. That's right. Okay. There's so many Netflix, Disney Plus, spoiled for choice. So now what happens if you want something immediately and you can't get it immediately? How do you feel?
Sad.
Sad, absolutely. Depressed, anxious, right? Yeah, in fact, in a congressional hearing, Facebook recently admitted that their platform is depressing.
Mm.
When people log onto their platform, they feel depressed. And when they go and see their friends with hundreds and thousands of likes, they feel anxious. They feel like they have to catch up. And that's why they go ahead and post something with the hopes of getting all those likes and engagement.
Mm.
So we have a serious undercurrent of anxiety and pressure and stress. Our children as well. And let me tell you this, okay? Previously, my clients, their kids used to be adolescents, normally 10 and above. Nowadays, it is not uncommon for me to have parents whose kids are 8 years old coming to me asking already, why are my kids so addicted to the screens?
Mm.
So this leads in very nicely to the next topic, addiction. We have difficulties relaxing. So what do we do? What do we do when we feel anxious? What do our kids do when they feel anxious?
More screen time.
Absolutely. They go onto the
So
apps.
it's like a downward spiral.
Yes, because these apps and these games, all right, are designed to go and hook you onto the apps and the games. In fact, the other
Yes.
day I was giving this corporate training to a software company. You know this client as well. And they have a department which is just designed, okay, it's a UX and UI department. And this department is just, their only job is to go and make you stay on their website as long as possible. They have designed the app or the website to go and keep you hooked onto it as long as possible. This is why, okay, on LinkedIn, all right, or on Facebook, all right, they will start sending you a lot of notifications to get you coming back to the device to go and to spend as much time as you can. But when you're there, you feel more and more anxious.
Mm.
So now it is a problem with the way we are trying to relax. We are getting
Right.
more anxiety and more stress with the current ways we are coping with anxiety and stress.
So yeah, I think that really makes a lot of sense, Teacher Ken, because you see, when you were comparing that the watching movie in the cinema, little did we know that we have to do research. Okay, you got to find out, which cinema is showing what show at what time on which date, and then we had to take action, go to the cinema and purchase the ticket. We can't pre-book the ticket. So,
Cannot.
but what
Yeah.
happens when we go all the way to the cinema, queue up, and when we want to purchase the ticket, it's sold out. All right,
Yeah.
and we have to make a decision. Then are we going to watch the next time slot which is available, but probably like 5 hours from now, or we're gonna come back again like on Saturday, right? So we have to make decisions then, okay? And you see, this small process, we had research, we had taking action, like planning our route, like going to that place and queuing up, and when things don't go according to what we want, we have to make instant decision. But you notice that these are all very crucial skills,
Yes.
especially when we
Yes.
are out in the community, as entrepreneur, or even as a worker, as a labor. Decision making skill, taking action, all right, making instant decision when things go wrong. But there's also one thing which is intangible. This is what I call delayed gratification.
That's right.
All right,
Correct.
and
Absolutely.
that makes more persistent people. Okay, instant gratification, on the other hand, um, reduce that persistence, because if I don't get it, means I won't get it. So change your plan. Change your plan. It's too easy to change your plan. So those are the pro and cons of over relying on technology. But I guess, when we look at the psychology behind it, it's really about, all the skills that we have been building in each activity, and that was just watching movie.
Yeah.
What about even going after girls? When we were schooling, you had to like really envision what to talk about, and then you gotta ask your friend a lot of feedback, or you gotta ask your friend who knows, her friend, and then you gotta information gathering, all right, and then you gotta determine what's the right thing to do, and then probably you gotta write letter, or you gotta act out a scene and say, hey, hi, so coincident, those are the stuff. But now it's just swipe left, swipe right. Where's the real experience? All right, so that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I think it's just apt you are using that example. All right. So probably that's why people have difficulties relaxing, because things are happening too quick, too
That's
fast,
right.
and it's nonstop.
Correct.
So taking a break suddenly feels like they are super unproductive, because
Correct.
everyone else is clicking on stuff. Talking about clicking on stuff, I just learned today what the heck is popcat.
Popcat.
You just click, 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 click. It's so brainless. But probably that's a good way to relax, than to scrolling on social media and looking at our friends post with the fancy cars, right? So
But
yeah,
it's not
probably
a way to
probably that's a way.
it's not a way
So
to
what
relax because they have a counter, and that counter makes you more anxious. Yeah, so they're very clever. Okay, yeah, go ahead, continue.
so what
Yeah,
about kids? What about kids when they talk about, you know, giving them any tips to relax? Because right now I see them, the way they relax, the so-called relax, break away from study, is gadget and screen time. And to me, it's really not relaxing their brain. So what tips do you have for them?
so Keanu, actually, you touched upon something very, very useful, and this is developing into a very useful conversation. I hope that people are taking notes. This is very
Yeah.
relevant. Okay, so now here's the thing. Okay, you spoke about delayed gratification, right?
Yes.
And now, traditionally, okay, as working adults, or let's say we imagine we're in university, okay, we have this concept of delayed gratification, whereby we we work hard today for the promise of a better tomorrow. And that's what delayed gratification is. We're sacrificing our time today for the promise of a better tomorrow. Now, at the end of the month, we're going to get a pay slip. And when we get a pay slip, All right. We feel happy. We have dopamine, we have serotonin, we have endorphins. Or when we go to the gym and we really burn our bodies, all right, we really exert our bodies, then we get all those chemicals in return. There is an effort and there is the payoff, right?
Yes.
Nowadays, kids, they will challenge you. They will ask you, why do I have to work hard? Why do I have to go to the gym? Why do I have to exercise? And you go and tell them that after you work hard, you're going to feel good when the payoff comes. Or after you go to the gym, you're going to feel good when the payoff comes. Then they will go and say this. They will say this, okay? Why do I need to do all of that when I can get the same amount of chemicals by playing Mobile Legends?
Yes.
Why do I need to go and work so hard to study when I can get the same chemical cocktail from playing PUBG?
Yeah.
How to answer? That's why. So this is the crux of the question. We have to go and help our children understand, regardless of how old they are, once they are able to go and use the device, first thing we have to talk to them is about internet safety. All right, not talking about that today.
Yes.
But the second thing we have to go and talk to them about is to go and help them understand that you will feel the pull of the device. But
Yes.
it is
Even
just
adults.
even adults, right?
Yeah.
So very important to go and tell them the device is designed to pull you.
Yes.
But I need you to understand there are many, many different ways for you to achieve peace and happiness besides just a device. This is just one way.
Yeah. 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 That's really important, and I hope all the parents will prepare their children before giving them their first gadget. But then on the other hand, some parents are addicted to gadgets, so and they would come around and say, I'm okay, I'm on gadget 24/7, I'm normal, I can still function, I can still get my work done. So then where do you really draw the line? I really don't know, right? And yes, we have LinkedIn users say, I'm excited with what is to come in the new world, which is awesome. We're all looking, we all have to watch out for a better tomorrow. We always have to maintain hope. Jolene, hey, wow, a lot of new faces on my LinkedIn live audience now. Um, uh, Jolene is a lawyer by profession. All right, so if you are facing some legal difficulties, like you want to sue someone or someone wants to sue you, right, she's the person to go to. All right.
Jolene and Raja Syndrome, two of the best, man. Yeah.
Yes. Well, we have 2 lawyers and 2 doctors here in the audience today. Yes, call GSC to check listing. Yes, that is considered quite modern already, because when I was growing up, there's no
call,
direct line to call. Yes, there was direct line. There was a toll-free line, but you can call until the cow comes home and nobody's gonna pick up the phone. Right, so it's even more stressful and more anxiety. Right? Hey, Wansin is here, and Wansin says children always challenge adults and parents with interesting questions. Now, I don't know about you, but I do see that as a plus point. I hope my daughter is not watching this on YouTube today, because they have this critical thinking. They have this creative thinking, of like really being vocal about and expressing their needs. Of course, that we can play around with that.
Yeah.
But I think I'd rather they ask challenging questions, and challenging us by asking questions, than to just follow and follow blindly. Because what happens when I'm not around?
Yeah.
What happens when we are not around? Can they be independent? Can they make decisions on their own? All right. I personally know of a friend who is almost 60 years old. And she still can't make simple decision. She has to ask her mom for everything.
Oh no. 60 years old?
It's sad. The mom is 90 years old.
I see.
It's really sad, because that was how she was brought up. That was how the mom brought her up. Everything you have to go through me. Sad.
Oh no.
It's really sad. Okay. So yes, I see that as a good problem. Of course, we have to learn how to tackle that. What about you? What do you think of this? What Wansin said, Teacher Ken?
I think I'm going to echo what you said. I'm going to add on some more. If you're very shy of addressing your children's interesting questions, or if you're going to brush their questions aside, guess what? Someone on the internet is going to give them the answer. And
That's even more dangerous.
someone on the internet is going to give them an answer, and you better hope it's not a predator.
Yes, that's really dangerous. All right, so let's see what Wanjay say. We generally do well until when we see others acquire things easier, and then we make ourselves look inferior out of from the situation, causing more incident. Yes, I do agree with you here, Wanjay, because sometimes when I'm working with teenagers, and I ask them, so what do you want to do when you grow up?
Don't
Almost
know.
90% of them would told me, I want to be a
YouTuber.
YouTuber. I say, good. Okay. Define YouTuber. What do you mean by YouTuber? Well, I'm going to just have a YouTube channel and I'm going to review stuff. All right. Oh, so this broccoli, is the whatever, not I talk about it. And then I get a lot of views and then I get a paycheck from YouTuber. I say, okay. What if YouTube crashed and disappeared? Or then I'm going to get on another platform and do the same thing. So your skill set is only limited to that. So then what about is there any other income generating skills that you have? Because then they will argue that skill itself can generate income, because I've seen teenagers earning millions, and I've seen my uncle working at a bank for like 30 years and not earning much. I actually don't have an answer for them. But that's exactly what you are highlighting here, Wenjay, right? So it's a never ending battle. That's what I would say. What do you think, Teacher Ken?
Absolutely. So, all right. So here's the thing which I normally tell my clients. Yeah. Okay. If you're feeling frustrated, don't compare yourself to other people next to you. Right. Compare yourself to yourself 1 year ago. Right. Some people say that all we have to strive for is 1% improvement every day. Now, I think that's a generally very good advice, but not very realistic. Yeah. Because maybe yesterday you were a peak performer. And if you go and compare yourself to yesterday, right, you're like, you're going to get a bit depressed here.
More stress.
You're more stressed, right? Okay. So compare yourself to 1 year ago. Like Keanu, yourself 1 year ago and you today, which one's the better version? Which one's the happier version? Do you have more skills today compared to 1 year ago?
Well, if I focus on my waistline, I think last year I was happier.
So that's another very important thing, right? Yeah, let's talk about, focusing on the positives, so focusing on things which, are out of your control, Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's important, to really learn how to anchor our mindset and our heart set, so that we don't be easily swayed by external forces or whatever is pulling us out there. And I think Iman also made a good summary of what you just mentioned. And she said that makes so much sense. People during our parents and grandparents' time, they had to earn what they wanted. In that process, they developed skills, which is true. Right? But now everything is fast and ready. It's like fast food, right? And when it becomes slow, people get frustrated instead of finding a way out. And that is so true, right? I mean, just if you want to stress out kids right now, you just turn off the Wi-Fi for like 15 minutes. The world is crumbling down. Yeah. So it's so different. And Wansin said it nicely. He said being the children's first Google is better. That means the parents having the answer for the children instead of them searching it elsewhere, and we don't know which source they are searching it from. So learn how to engage in conversations with them. So Wansin is also working with children a lot, and I think both Wansin and Teacher Ken has got so much to offer about how we can deal with kids of today. Yes, Samantha. Okay, so let me go through some of the very interesting comments here. I found something very important I have to highlight. Yes, MU5 Leeds United 1, MU5 Leeds United 1, MU5. All right, I'm definitely going to watch the replay. So awesome. So
In
yes,
the UK, can they go back to the stadiums already, the
it's
audience?
all back to normal. The stadium was fully packed when I
Oh,
watched it.
man.
Yes, Malaysia is top, longest lockdown in the world, but we are not talking about that today. So yeah, since we are talking about kids, right now, most kids are studying online, and most of the classes are being done online. They have online classes, online sessions. Even my daughter is learning online ballet, because her ballet school can't operate. So it has to be online ballet. Of course, there are a lot of limitations, but it's better than none. So how do you suppose kids can pay attention and remain focused in online class, because they don't have just one class, they have a series of classes. In fact, they have even more online classes than our Zoom sessions as an adult. So what ideas do you have for parents to help their kids to pay attention and remain focused in online classes?
All right. So, hey, thanks, Keanu. This is a great question. And I think that the audience will greatly benefit from this. Now, first things first, okay, we have to diagnose why do kids have a tough time paying attention to class. Now, in a traditional classroom setting, right, and studies have been conducted to go and show this. Actually, kids in a traditional classroom setting will also have a tough time paying attention to class. But the difference is the teacher is there physically to go and
Yes.
snap the kids to attention or to go and guide them back, right? Good teachers will always go and guide you back to what they're saying. So now in Zoom, they can't do that because they can't see what the kids are doing. That's the biggest problem.
Yes.
All right, so now there are a couple of low-hanging fruits we can go and use to go and help our children pay attention. The first one would be to create a work environment for them. So if your kids are currently studying in the bedroom, move them out from the bedroom. If they're currently studying in the kitchen like Michelle, move them out from the kitchen, because everyone will be thinking of eating Oreos, right, during class.
Oof.
No, it's not it's not going to be very productive. So that's the low-hanging fruit, right? However, let's talk about things which actually work. And if you go on Google and if you go on Facebook, you're going to get a lot of advice which makes a lot of sense but doesn't actually work. Let's go back to the data, right? And let's talk about what works. What works is giving your child assurance that if he pays attention in class, you will give him ample time to play and to chat with his friends later. Designate time to let them play. So now, when they're in online class, they're very, very tempted to go and alternate tab, look at other screens, chat with their friends, play Minecraft, right? And they do that because they are worried that they're missing out.
Right.
So, yep, designate some time for them.
Okay. So that's the psychology behind why they are doing those things in between classes, is because they are worried that after class they don't have time for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's psychology, but that's what we have discovered as teachers and educators. Yep. So yeah. So just okay. Now let's put it in an analogy, and people will appreciate this. Okay. Now let's say me and you, we are together, like we're in a romantic relationship, and we break up already. Okay. Now scientifically proven, right? The fastest way to heal from a breakup, okay, is to go and stop thinking about the breakup. Wow, easy to say, right?
How to even stop thinking about the breakup lah?
That's a great question. So now, the way to go and stop thinking about the breakup is to go and designate an amount of time every day to think as much as you want about it. So let's say you go and designate from 6 to 7 o'clock, I'm going to go and think about Cheanu and the relationship we shared. The rest of the day, I will go and comfort myself by saying, I'm not supposed to grieve now because I'm going to grieve at 6 to 7 later. So it's the same concept here.
Okay, that's something new. That's the first time I hear of that. Because if I were to break up with you, I'm gonna take a photo of you and go to under the bridge and pay for the person to use the slipper and hit on you. Okay, so you were asking about the football and the UK stadium just now. I think we have some answers from the audience. Yes, UK stadium is full capacity. Old Trafford was at 75,000 capacity just now. They combat the pandemic significantly well compared to right here. Yes. Andres say Andres, your name appeared on StreamYard. Like finally. Yeah, audience packed like sardine and no mask. So yes, and Shireen is in the room. Hey Shireen. See all these people start coming into the room after they finish watching the game, huh? And I think Andres has something really important here to share. Say teachers don't address the different learning styles. I just coach someone who is very experiential in her learning. She learns when she can move. Now in class, it's often only sitting and staring at the screen, online class, and had problems understanding, So some kids really have difficulty trying to pay attention in online classes. What advice do you have if they have this condition?
Well, okay, so Okay, I have two schools of thought on this, and Andres is absolutely right. Okay, now, if we only had one student, if we only had one student, then yes, of course, we can have the luxury of sitting them down and really understanding them and getting to understand what is their best method of learning, right? However, having said that, okay, in a traditional classroom setting, we can't have that type of preferential treatment. We need to go and teach them the skills of being able to sit down and concentrate and, to go and go through the same standardized tests as everyone else. Because, yep, when they go out, when they go to higher education, when they go out to the workplace, then they can afford to go and have different ways to cater to their own learning. But until then, right, they will benefit a lot also if they learn the common skills which every child has to learn. So totally agree with Andres here. In As trainers, we really have to go and smell the room to go and see, okay, this crowd requires what type of learning experience, what type of learning style. But as school teachers, I think that we also have to go and take great care to go and teach them the fundamental skills which everyone needs: sitting down, keeping quiet, giving respect to your classmates, and tracking the teacher. We call that tracking the teacher. That's a skill, right? And I'm sure that Dr. Choi will have a lot to say on this, right? Dr. Choi will go and talk about tracking, eye tracking, right? Okay. Yep. Over to you, Keanu. Let me go and handle something.
Your kids want to be on the show, I guess. So yes, and Jiva said, well said. All right. So you see, whatever teacher Ken is sharing here is really from real life experiences of the clients that he has been working with, the adults, the parents, as well as the children. So what we are trying to do in this session is to like really dig his brain, okay, and really see how we can help each other in the community, right? And yes, and just said you can address all learning styles simultaneously, just that teachers don't know how. In fact, it's true. Some teachers are struggling. In fact, most teachers are struggling because teachers weren't trained to give lessons during the pandemic. In fact, nobody know how to deal with the pandemic because we haven't had a pandemic in our lifetime before. So everybody is adapting, everybody is pivoting. That's the hottest keyword right now. So some teachers, they really have difficulties adapting to giving lessons online, and that's the sad part. So I guess we should provide more support to teach the teachers and guide the teachers on how to deliver their lessons online, and by learning how children consume learning online as well. So see, each layer needs support. What do you think?
Absolutely. So now Andres here is absolutely correct, yeah. Especially in some jurisdictions, like for example the Scandinavian countries, yeah. They very, very cleverly address all the learning styles in the same classroom, yeah. In Malaysia, we need to go and have a change in syllabus before we can do that, because we still have a lot of emphasis on homework. We still have a lot of emphasis on standardized tests, and even traditional learning jurisdictions at the IGCSE or the A levels, they do focus a lot on sitting down and paying attention and answering an essay. Yeah, that's slowly changing. We now have speaking and interviews, all of that, right, in the syllabus. Yeah, something we're looking forward to go and see a larger syllabus change.
Yes. Yes, right. Harder to do this online, especially for the teachers. And some teachers are really elderly, all right? So they need support. They definitely do need support. So we have spoken a lot about helping adults and kids, stay focused and pay attention and all. But then again, if we are on the receiving end, and we feel that we are unproductive, and we feel that we can't focus, and we are nearing breakdown, but we just can't take a break because we can't afford to take a break. Now this is an important question, right? Is asking for help a sign of weakness? Because that seems to be the stigma around people reaching out for help. What do you think?
Well, Keanu, just a few weeks ago, I reached out to you for help. Did you see me as weak?
No, not at all.
There we go, lor. Like that, lor. I mean, we have to understand, right, that different people are good at different things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Different people are good at different things. Just because you suck in one area doesn't mean that you're not good in different areas. And so if you suck at the area, you better go and find someone who has been there and done it.
So you suggest changing the mindset from I'm seeking help to I'm downloading knowledge from
Yeah,
someone who is knowledgeable.
correct. And in the process of downloading from that person, I'm thinking of ways I can go and upload knowledge to him in the future.
Or after I download the knowledge, I can use it to help others who might need this knowledge as well. So you're
Yeah.
focusing out. That's a good paradigm shift.
No one is perfect, but we're all good at different things.
Absolutely. That's the reason why we have to surround ourselves with a network of support, because everybody's strength can complement each other's weaknesses, and that's what
Correct.
makes us great together.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
absolutely. Yeah. Although I will definitely say, okay. Okay, so now this was an analogy. I can't remember who told it to me. It is a very good story, Okay.
Okay.
This trainers told us, okay, that you are often asking for help from the wrong person. You're often asking for help from the wrong person. Let's imagine, okay, Keanu, me and you, right? Okay. I'm the last in class, and you're the second last in class, and Michelle over here is number one in class, okay? And
Ooh.
I have a resolve, I have a resolve. I say that, okay, I don't want to be last in class already. I want to go and improve my studies. Now, who do I ask for advice? Do I go to number one and go and ask for advice or not?
I think probably you ask the person above you first.
Yeah,
Because
correct.
it seems to be more reachable. So you can ask me for help.
Correct. That's the problem, isn't it? I also know the person who is number one. I know someone who has done it already, proven results. Why do I go and ask someone who is closer to me? It is because we are very, very scared of standing next to someone who is brighter than you. It is very
It's called the
painful.
success gap.
Yes, correct. We feel very inferior when we are asking for advice or standing next to someone who is perceived to be shining brighter than you. But if you really have the heart to go and improve yourself and to improve your circumstance, you have to change your mindset. This person, Michelle, is better than me in academics, but there are other things I'm good at her. I'm better than her. So it's no harm for me to go and learn academics from her.
That's an awesome paradigm shifting way. It's really not about asking for help if you don't want to see it that way. It's really just downloading knowledge and learning from others because they are better than me in this area, and doesn't mean that I'm lousy, I'm no good. All right. And that brings it all the way back to the beginning of this when you were saying about self-worth. So I think it all boils down to like really how we see ourselves as enough. I am enough, right? So for those of you who are watching and you get this, just type in the comment, I am enough, and repeat it to yourself every day, every moment in time. I am enough, right? And of course, for some of you who just can't get enough of Teacher Ken, this is where you can follow him, all right? Follow Teacher Ken, right? This is his LinkedIn profile. Of course, if you're on Facebook, you would have seen his name up here already, in the caption or somewhere here. And that's something that I have created when I was taking a break last month, and you were involved, Teacher Ken. Throughout the whole last month, I've created 2 batches of content creation workshop, and you were in both the batches. Maybe you can share with us. What did you discover? Over there.
Oh my goodness, guys, really? Okay. Now, if any of you are interested to go and produce better content and to go and really touch the hearts of your audience and get to your objectives, right? Okay. Now, you must attend this new class which Keanu has created over here, because he goes really fundamental. He goes down to the root of understanding your customer so that you don't waste time writing content which doesn't resonate. And not only that, he also teaches you the various formats, how to go and structure your posts, how to go and put the attractive visuals. Very, very good class, highly recommended. As seasoned as I am, I consider myself a prolific writer. I write every day. I still learn so much from this class. Definitely, highly, highly recommended. You guys have to join this. It was so good. I went back twice for a refresher.
Yes, yeah. My upcoming session will be in September.
Okay.
So yeah, just comment Genie7 if you want to get updated about the latest dates and the timing and all. of the September class, and all these people who have done the classes, they will be able to join all the upcoming classes. So probably you will see Michelle or Teacher Ken in the next class as well, because that's what I do. Once you join one class, you can join all the classes. It's a community of content creators that we are building here, right? So Michelle has something to say about the workshop. The differences in my post views were no joke. 1 month versus 13 hours. She had 53 times more views, on just that post before and after she attended the workshop. So the current workshop is still ongoing. We still have class tomorrow morning. And then after that, we will finalize and the next class dates. All right. So if you want to be updated about the next September classes, just type Genie7 in the comment, and I'll reach out to you personally and to let you know the date of our September workshop. Okay. Any parting advice, or wisdom, nugget that you want to share with our audience here? Did you can?
Yep, type Genie7 in the comments. It's definitely worth your time. Hey, really lah, the price Keanu charge is very, very... I don't know why you're charging this price lah, Keanu. Anyway, everyone go and type Genie7. Become a great content creator not so that you go and get a lot of views, no, so that you really get your message directly into the hearts of people who need to go and hear this. But if we are talking about taking a break and productivity, then definitely the first advice I need to go and share with all of you is to be very conscious about what you're thinking about. Humans are really unique, guys. Okay, no other animal can dream about the past and plan the future as well as we can. Most living beings on Earth, they are unable to go and see beyond a few hours. But we can think years ahead. We can think years before. However, we don't use this as a tool. We use it as a way to go and torment ourselves. And I think that is an absolute waste. Focus on the present. Use your ability to plan and to reflect on the past as a tool to solve your problems, not as a way for you to torment yourself. Yes. So there we go. That's just the parting words.
That's an awesome advice, because our mind is really such a powerful machine, that penetrates through the universe. So if you were to harness that power and focus on creating results in our lives, it's gonna be like really tremendous. Oh, okay, good. No worries. After all this ended, I will reply to your comment and I'll reach out to you and send you the dates for September. We have one more member to our content creators community. So thank you so much, Teacher Ken, and welcome back. We hope to see more of your posts, educating us on more areas of your expertise. And of course, as a parting gift to our audience here, there's a short video I want to show that really sums up about being a giver, because it really doesn't take money, or at least it doesn't take a lot of money to be giving. All it takes is just creativity and care. All right, you gotta care, and you gotta have a little bit of creativity to express that care. So and I think this video speaks it best. All right, so enjoy the video as we sign out. So I'll see you again next week. All right, say bye bye, Teacher Ken.
Okay, see you guys. I had a lot of fun
you
tonight.
with the video.
Lifestyle's not about money. It's about two things: creativity and caring. It doesn't take money, it just takes a little creativity to think about those you love and think what would light them up. It will light you up more than anything else, I promise you. To surprise them, to do beautiful, special things, little things. It makes people feel important, needed, loved, appreciated. What better way to invest than invest in your relationships with those you love? And you can't give joy to everybody else that you love without giving joy to yourself. And then there's another kind. The other kind is where you invest in those you don't even know. Not for stars on your chart, because you know it's right. It can be done with such a small amount of money. It's not money, it's creativity and caring. Maybe it's animals that are abused. Maybe it's old folks that people don't pay attention to anymore. Maybe it's providing one surgery for someone who has lost sight and can see again, provide water for a family.
We found a couple in Mesa determined to make sure kids who need school lunches still have something to eat.
There's other people helping, but you can never do too much.
And in Minnesota, a strict no visitation policy at this retirement home hasn't stopped Charlie Johnson from seeing his 88-year-old father, albeit through a window.
We want to go out and bring these essential items to their doors, just leave it right there, no contact at all.
They prepare dozens of bagged lunches to give away.
I stayed back and we made 300 lunches.
And I thought I could help out by sewing masks, and I wanted to help as much as I can.
If you got $1 billion and you're unhappy, you're poor. You got no money, but you enjoy and you give and you're grateful what you have and you'll share what you have, you're rich.